Martino.
Hi, Sharice. You look beautiful.
Thank you. So do you guys. You as well, Martino. So from what I understand, you guys are going to be decorating a champagne flute today?
And martini glasses.
Yeah.
Ooh. So, okay, so let's get it kicked off. How did the two of you meet?
Well, we met by almost 10 years ago, changing lives for people, for women with cancer and kids with cancer, helping make their wishes come true with Wigs and Wishes.
That's about how
That's
it happened. It was love at first sight, and we've been family ever since.
Yes.
So it's definitely family. And speaking of family, it's the holiday season. I gotta know, what is your favorite part and your not so favorite part about the holidays?
Family and friends, you know,
Yeah.
being with loved ones. That's the best part. Cleaning up is the worst.
Yeah, I agree.
Exactly.
I love holiday music, but I can't stand the traffic.
And what's your favorite holiday song, Martino?
Probably Rocking Around the Christmas Tree.
It's a classic. It's definitely a classic. So why don't we jump right into the craft? So talk to us about what you guys have. What are the supplies that we would need at home to be able to decorate and do your project today?
Sure. So, I mean, it's basic stuff that you can get at even your local dollar store, and you can use the same technique to decorate holiday ornaments. It's very simple.
Christmas ball ornaments.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So we have 2 containers of lukewarm water, and we have
Nail polish.
generic nail polish. Okay.
Simple nail
Okay.
polish.
Simple.
All right, come
So-
on, nail polish.
Here we go.
We're just doing little drizzle drops, okay? And you want to make sure that the nail polish disperses.
That's right.
Right when you pour it in. I'm going to put a little bit of yellow in there.
So I did gold, red, and pink.
Gold, red, and pink.
Now
what
we're
are your
gonna
colors,
take-
Paula? I see some yellow.
Yellow and gold, and we got our
One,
things here. 1, 2,
2, 3,
we
go.
put it in. We just stir it around and we come out.
And instantly, it looks like stained
Stained
glass.
Oh my
Um,
gosh.
Mine's still dripping.
You
Mine's
just-
still dripping a little bit, but as
Wow.
you can see. And then we can decorate it.
Yeah, so you can see you can do the tops of the glasses if you want. I like doing the bottoms when you have a holiday party because then everybody knows which glass is theirs. So when you kick off your holiday event, let them come in, have a little arts and crafts. We sprinkled some edible gold leaf on top of our martinis, and cheers.
Cheers.
That is such an amazing idea. And how long
Isn't
would
that
you
so
say it's
fun?
going to take that to dry? It's so much fun. And you know what? When people come
Okay.
over, it's sort of like an icebreaker too. You know, it gives
Yes.
them a little something to do. Let's see that up close.
Okay, you want to take mine?
Yes.
That
And you
is
can always put glitter. You can
absolutely
put glitter
darling.
around it. Oh, you're spilling.
Sorry. I don't want to waste the drink. But yeah, so we also have,
Like these little stickers.
yeah, and this is all stuff that's fun that you can just get at your local craft store. So basically, look, we took pretzel sticks and we spray painted
Okay.
them gold, put glitter on them. So they're not edible, but you put them in your
No.
flutes and you put them out on your table with all your displays. And it's just fun ways to like decorate inexpensively.
That is
And look, you can put little gold beads on the bottom of the champagne glass. And we just use these stickers that we got, and we just peel them off. And you can do the circumference of the bottom of the glass. Just a little
Paula,
fun
I
thing.
love that.
Listen,
I love
we
that.
like to eat, okay? So
Oh,
if
yeah.
you can find any fun way to decorate with just, again, it's an inexpensive way to look fabulous during the holidays.
And not,
Yeah.
and, like, honestly, it's a good conversation piece, and it's fun for people to take part in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love
then you
that.
just-
and you know what? You
You can clean the water off.
probably
the top
do
of the
that with
water off.
plates too.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm just cleaning the excess nail polish that was left over so I can do another glass upside down. And
Okay.
it's just fun. And I think what makes it fun too is like, you know, people make gingerbread houses during the holidays and it's like, yes, it's fun, but like, are we over it? Here's something that's a little bit more clever. And You want to make another one?
I'm gonna make another one.
Me too.
I'm gonna use.
Where did you guys learn this? Who came up with this? Who's the best crafter between the both of you? Who raised their hand was like, we're going to do some stained glass?
Well, we've been crafting for a long time, since 9 a.m. this morning.
So you guys are certified professional pros. Paula, I need to mail you a certificate. You are officially certified in stained glassing of champagne flutes.
Yes,
Definitely. Listen, her talent is in her feet.
All right.
My talent's in my hand. And together,
We somehow make it work.
somehow we make it work. Oh,
You somehow make it work. So
It
speaking of
worked.
your talent, that is now I love that one. That's a masterpiece. Go Martino, and Paula.
Look at mine.
I love it. Let's see yours, Paula.
Look at that.
Okay.
Very pretty.
We're getting good at this.
Yes.
You
Okay.
are really, I would say you guys are certified pros now. So
I'm
tell me,
absolutely.
Paula, speaking of talent, where did you find your love and your passion for dancing?
When I was 4 years old, I sat with my family in front of the TV set, and an MGM musical was on called Singing in the Rain, starring the incomparable Gene Kelly. And I took notice, like a child that believes in Santa Claus. I stared at that TV, and I walked up to it. I said, "That's my dad." And my father said, "No, I'm your dad. I can be your TV dad." And honest to God, my parents said that I stood up and I said, "I'm going to do that when I get older." And it was for my love of Gene Kelly. At 4 years old, I knew what my calling was, to be a performer.
So can I ask you, she gets mad when I do this, but we are like brother and sister, and I am so proud of her.
Which means I
Which
can do
means she
it.
does this and tells me shut up. But her love for Gene Kelly and her tenacity as a child is what gave us pop icon, queen of pop, Paula Abdul. And share with them how it ended with Gene Kelly.
Well, I had 6 singles that were already out, and it was time for me to go away because my record label was afraid that there would be fear of being too out there on radio, and that people would start saying enough, Paula. And I had, like I said, I had 6 singles out, which was a record breaker for a debut artist, and I had 4 #1 records, but I had a song on my first album, Forever Your Girl, that lent itself to a duet, which was called Opposites Attract. And I knew exactly what I wanted to create my own animated cat. Just like how Gene Kelly danced with an animated mouse, I wanted to do a cat and deliver the video as a gift to Gene Kelly for being such an amazing mentor and my hero. And I went to the record label and I asked if I could do that. They said no. There's fear of oversaturation at radio. I said not as a single, but just as a video that I could give to Gene Kelly as a gift. And they told me, do it on your next album. But I said no, Opposites Attract is on my first album. They were hesitant, but at the end of the day, we delivered a pencil sketch test of exactly what I wanted. The record label loved it, and they released it as a 7th single, which sold almost 10 million more albums for me. And what I did immediately, the next day, I delivered it to Gene Kelly's agent. And 2 days later, Gene Kelly called me and invited me over for tea. So it was. I paid gratitude to my hero, and the miracle happened where he invited me over for tea, and we became close friends for the last 2 years of his life. And I actually got to dance with him in a Diet Coke commercial, and he coached me, and it was
amazing.
It just shows you if you walk in gratitude, miracles do happen.
And that's why I wanted
It's so
to share.
true.
When Paula and I met, I had a gala for Wigs and Wishes, which provides free wigs for women all over America and the world, as well as wishes for children that have cancer. And that particular year, the co-host had backed out, and I didn't know what to do. And I called one of my friends from Hollywood, and I said, is there anyone you could think of that could help co-host this event? It's for women and children with cancer. There's going to be over 250,000 people watching online.
Martino, hang on to that thought. HSN just said they wanted to break in and say hi to you guys. So on that story, I'm going to deliver you guys over to HSN, and we're going to sit
from Sassy Jones and Paula Abdul, who are standing by. Hello, ladies. How are you doing?
Wonderful. How are you?
So good.
Go ahead, Colleen.
Okay, so tell me about this. Okay, so you guys are actually going to teach America how to dance live via social platforms today.
I am.
We are.
Absolutely,
Yeah.
Colleen.
I'm teaching how to do champagne flutes, how they can dance. See, they're dancing. They're doing straight up. Straight. Okay.
Yes.
Seriously.
Oh, I like that. Cheers.
Everybody,
I need one of those.
everybody, take your right arm or your left arm and go straight up. Now tell me,
Okay.
bring it down. Are you really gonna love me forever? Knees go, oh, oh, oh.
Oh.
Again, you go straight up. Now tell me, do you really want to love? Now point to me forever. Oh, oh, oh. There you got it. Straight up. Now tell me, do you really want to love me forever? Oh, oh, oh.
Oh, that's
I'm going to practice.
Colleen,
Check
I
back
think
with me
you
later.
are a
There
pro.
we go.
Colleen, we need to put you on Broadway, darling. You were absolutely
Yeah, right.
amazing. Thank you. Thank you
I
so
actually
much.
think my best move was Mario's. I think Mario, his little addition of the leg move was probably the only one I got right.
You got it, girl.
You got
Anyway,
got
ladies,
it.
so much fun. Mwah, mwah. Thank you for stopping by.
Thank you.
Absolutely. Okay, Paula. I
Yes.
love the dance tutorial, and I know that was completely unexpected, but we're going to let Martino finish up his story. And do you mind if I can get like a one-on-one private tutorial? Because I think I mastered it, but I just want to make sure.
Done. Anytime. You tell me, we'll do a one-on-one.
so.
Okay,
I called
yeah,
my-
like in about 15 seconds. Okay, go for it, Martino.
Yeah, no, it's fine. I called my friend in Hollywood and I said, I need help for this big event. And he said, let me call you right back with this British accent. And he calls me back and he goes, what about Paula Abdul? And I about died. I'm like, Paula Abdul? Are you kidding me? Like, I love Paula Abdul. So, long story short, she flies in on her own, doesn't charge the charity. She comes in and she lands in Philadelphia and I'm the handler. I get to go get her off the plane.
They said, no, we need, I said, well, I usually have a greeter who greets me. He goes, I'll greet you.
So here comes this guy from a 1 to a 10, a trillion, walks off the plane with leather boots up to here.
Come on.
And hair
Come
like
on.
God only knows what. Makeup, and I went, my stomach, like that's it. It exploded. I couldn't talk. And I just said, I am so grateful to meet you. And she's, I forget what she said to me, but I said, this is a shared moment, which is one of my favorite words. It's a Jewish word, which means meant to be. I didn't know she was Jewish. She was like, that's my favorite word. And we became like brothers and sisters ever since. And we have granted wishes for children that were battling cancer. We have granted hundreds of thousands of women free hair replacement going through cancer. And because of her, the charity has just exploded without
Wow.
any paid. We have helped over 1 million people.
It's such a wonderful word.
And so that's what started our friendship. And then we started making some hair products, which, by the way, I have to say, we had a TS the other day that we sold out of.
Woo!
Um,
First of all, can we give it up for the sellout CS? Clap it up, everyone at home. Clap it up for that. That is absolutely epic. You should be so proud of that, as well as the charity too. And you touched on something that's really important to me, which is gratitude. I love to start the day with gratitude and meditation. And especially this time of year, it's so important to spread that kindness and gratitude. What are some of the tips that you guys use in your everyday life to stay grounded with gratitude?
Meditation and listing what you're grateful for every morning and every night is something that is key in my life. I think that when you wake up and you're grateful for a brand new day, and you're grateful for the people around you that you love and cherish so much, that they're healthy and that they're happy and that they're content. And I wake up every day saying, this new day is such a gift and I'm gonna live it out to the fullest. I always say that in a nanosecond, you can change not so great of a mood or sadness or hurt or anger, you can, in a snap of a finger, you can change that perspective just by mentally saying, I'm going to be grateful for this very second.
I second that. I give thanks in all things. And I believe that in life, we get divine appointments, right? I pray every day that God gives me a divine appointment, that I cross the path of someone that I need them, they need me. And if you don't know how to give, you don't know how to live. It's on the back of my shirt. It's on everything that I have. And I just believe that when you treat life as it's a gift, you become a blessing to others, and then you're blessed in return. And that's why Paula and I mesh so well, because she's very philanthropic. She's very giving. And you know, when you do something for someone, I believe it's as if you're doing it for God, you know, and like that's when you change the atmosphere. That's when you change the world, the universe, the galaxy. And it's, by the way, it's kind of like a law of attraction, you know, like, so like what goes up must come down.
Yeah.
So I believe that when you give, it comes back, pressed down, shaken together, running over.
And there's no other greater present than being present to somebody else.
Amen.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. And it's so true, because in today's technology, there's so many distractions, right? And it's, you know, it can be difficult to stay locked in, zoned in, you know, to your loved one who you're spending time with, you know, because that's the most important thing that matters. And we're spending time with Facebook, with TikTok, YouTube. And I've got to tell you, so I've seen some comments. They are loving, Leah on TikTok is loving your friendship. She is absolutely loving that. And yeah, and they are huge, huge fans. They are such enjoying this, guys. So, all right. So, Paula, I'm going to take you up on this dance lesson. Can we get like a 15-second redo? I'm going to move my chair, okay? We're going to, this is live. Okay, let me move my chair, Paula.
We're going
to try to push this back without spilling.
Okay, I'm going to take my shoes off just so I don't. Okay, let me make sure. Oh my gosh, we're getting a dance lesson, a private one-on-one dance lesson from Paula Abdul, y'all. The TikTok legend.
Here we go. Feet apart.
Okay.
Now my head's cut off, I know.
I'm
but,
on my knees.
But we're going to reach down pointing, and we're going to go look right up at your finger, straight up. You're going to come down with your hand. Now tell me, right there, are you really going to love? Now I'm going to go me. I'm going to point to me, switch the position, me. Now you're going to switch position again, forever. And you're just going to hug yourself forever. And now the knees go in on O, O, O.
Oh, Lord, that
my God, his knees are cracking. Yes. Just the arms. I mean, I just heard loud click, click, click.
Are you sure that wasn't the champagne flutes, Paula? That might have been champagne flutes.
No,
was it your
trust
knees?
me, those were his knees.
I just pulled a hamstring.
Woo!
Right, so
see, we got to warm up and stretch first. Okay, so Paula,
one
we
more
were
time.
here.
Oh, you're right here. That's forever. And then your knees go, oh, oh, oh.
Oh.
Uh-huh.
Okay, you put a little twerk
Oh,
in?
you can do that too if you want to. But I just
okay. Got it. Yes.
There you go. Straight up. Now tell me, do you really want to love me forever? Oh, oh, oh. You got it.
We did it, guys at home. We did it. I mean, where else are you going to get a private lesson from Paula Abdul? Straight up, now tell me. I don't know. You guys need to be plugged into HSN and QVC all day today, because this is absolutely epic. So here's one thing that I want to know. You are world-renowned, such a pacemaker, such a trendsetter. I mean, and then your spirit, because there's a lot of celebrities who have that one attribute, but your spirit actually supersedes. I feel like your spirit comes before you. And I feel like when you're performing, people are connected to that kinetic energy. They can feel that. And I think that's why we love you and adore you so much. So what goes through your mind when you're performing? Like, what are the top things that you're like, okay, do I need to eat avocados in the morning, make sure I did my yoga, and make sure I do my breathing exercises? What happens to Paula Abdul when she has to get on that stage?
Well, I have a little ritual that I go through before, and before every performance, I spend an hour meditating. I spend another hour warming up, and when I'm doing the warm-ups, I'm also going through the paces from backwards, from the end of the show backwards all the way to the top of the show. And I have like little mental notes that I'm going through as I'm stretching. I bring my dancers in and musicians, and we all hold hands and we do a prayer every night before we go on stage. And then I always go to the bathroom, not once, not twice, but 3 times before I step on stage, because it doesn't even matter. After 3 times, I still, right before my toe goes out on the stage, I'm going, oh my God. But it's a mental thing. And once I step out there, it's like, it's a commitment to let go and have reckless abandon so I can have a brand new show every single night.
Can I jump in? She does have a new show every night. So at her residency before the pandemic, we went out on New Year's Eve, and she writes everything herself. When you see the videos in the background, she designs everything. She's the biggest perfectionist that I've ever known in my life. And if you didn't know her, you'd think it was a stunt double, because she's jumping off 2-story scaffolding and she's getting thrown around like at the VMAs, like the rag doll. And then I, Martino Cartier, got pulled up on stage.
I sang Cold Hearted Snake Drum.
I basically got a lap dance for Paula Abdul. It was the greatest moment of my life.
Yes, lap dance. Oh, unforgettable.
A very
you could
tasteful.
die after that.
Yeah.
A very tasteful,
See?
sexy lap dance.
It was very tasteful. She just said, "That a snake, or are you happy to see me?"
I didn't say. I never said.
What did you say? You said something like that.
That's you saying that.
Anyway, she's amazing.
I know she is. Okay, so something very weird when I meet celebrities, I always remember how they smell. Martino, tell us what Paula Abdul smells like.
She just smells like joy, happiness.
Thank you.
She smells like everything wonderful.
Warm
That
and
is
cuddly.
absolutely.
Warm and cuddly, like a little puppy, right?
She's amazing.
Like a
I
little
love her.
puppy. Love that, guys. So I'm taking some questions from social media over on Facebook because they are really loving you guys. So Paula, earlier you mentioned meditation. Some of us feel like when we meditate, it's kind of like it's a struggle a little bit because of all the distractions. So how do you said you meditated for a whole hour. How do you remain focused?
I do the hour when I'm doing shows, because for me,
Got it.
because I am so distracted, and I allow the distractions to be just little noise, little interruptions, like they're little children that are interrupting and trying to get attention, and I just let it happen, because eventually it all dissipates. You just have to, with anything in life, I always feel like, you know what, everyone tries to get away from something that's distracting. Even with meditation, we overthink it, and we have to just let ourselves be. Eventually it all works out and you stay focused. Same thing with whenever anyone goes through anything that's painful, whether it's emotionally or physically, we tend to want to get out of that situation, of any uncomfortable situation, as much as possible. I always say lean into that uncomfortableness. Lean into the pain. Don't try to separate yourself from it. If you lean into it, that uncomfortable becomes comfortable. You just have to trust that.
And sometimes you don't need quietness to meditate. So for example, I have ADD. I am like overloaded, right?
Me too.
But if you think of her, if you think of Paula's song Rush, right? It's very angelic. When she performs Rush, and she's got this very flowy and angelic look to her. Even if you take the words out and you just listen to her voice and you listen to the sound and the music of Rush, it'll put you into a trance of meditation. So, sometimes you have to rethink the way you think things. And if you're that person that just can't sit quiet and say, okay, how do I meditate? Try music. Try a song that moves you. Try like my girlfriend.
Or a voice, or some voice that just calms you. For me, I have some of my favorite people that I love their voice that's soothing, but sometimes it's Tibetan bowls. It's like whatever calms you, soothes you. Yeah, and I always say, learn to get comfortable in the uncomfortable.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that is the biggest life lesson. I love that, Paula. I mean, because if we can lean into the discomfort, it actually creates more of a normalcy. So when the next time that we approach something uncomfortable, we know how to deal with it because we've endured that same thing before.
Well, we're used to fighting it all the time, which takes so much energy to fight it. If you just sit with it, you see that it dissipates quicker and quicker.
Yeah,
and you know what? I feel like, go for it, Martina.
I was going to say, if you always do what you've always done, you'll always get what you've always got. So sometimes we do have to step out of our comfort zone.
Or just steer the ship slightly different.
Yes.
Yeah, we were talking about rush, and I agree with you guys wholeheartedly to not sort of rush out of the feelings. They're meant to be processed, one at a time. And that's the healthy way of dealing and approaching life instead of trying to run out of the thing. And then we always think something is wrong with us, right? You're right where you're supposed to be at this given time. You're right where you're supposed to be. And the more that we believe that, the happier, more joy we can attract to our lives. So I love that.
It teaches us acceptance very subliminally.
Yeah. And I hear that you just accepted a new role. Can we give it up for Paula Abdul, Made for Love? Can we?
Yeah, I'm excited. It's a wonderful HBO comedy. I'm excited to be having a role in that show.
That is absolutely wonderful. So what is next? I know you've got Made for Love. Martino, tell us, what can we look out for in the upcoming year from your friendship, your business? Tell us all the tea.
I mean, there's so much going on. We've been casted by a couple different production companies that are talking about other TV shows for us and day in the life of us and our families. So, we're just going to continue to push forward. And as God opened doors, we humbly go through them. And I think one thing I learned from Paula, as you said, that she is one of a kind because she is super talented, but she's also super kind. And if I can remember going back to the day that I got her off the plane, when I took her to the hotel, it had leaked out that Paula was coming. And there were people from here to China. I mean, the line was so long of people holding records and albums. And I'm trying to protect her, and she's going, honey, it's okay. And she signed and signed and signed and signed. Yeah.
I never anything for granted, and I mean that from the bottom of my heart. I appreciate every soul that has just stood by my side and has supported me and cheered for me all the way and through ups and downs. So for me, I never take anything for granted, and I will sign every last one. I do, but there are certain times where my family is going, come on, or I've actually missed flights before by signing the TSA people who want autographs. I'll miss my own flight, so sometimes I have to or someone else will help cut it off. But usually, especially for kids too, I will never do.
We are getting ready to grant a wish for a girl who had cancer. She's 12 and she is now cancer free. So Paula and I are taking her to Disneyland in California. Praise God, she's cancer free. And little Stephanie. So that's exciting, something that we have coming up together as well. And we're just going to keep focusing on, allowing more women to look and feel their best with our brand and also feel their best with our nonprofit.
That is absolutely audacious. I love you guys. Thank you so much for gracing us with your time today. Thank you so much for the champagne glass and the flute artistry that you learned at 9 a.m. this morning. You are total professionals. And thank you just so much for sharing the nuggets of life. We're going to take those with us way beyond this interview. You guys enjoy the rest of your day and have a happy, happy holiday.
Happy holidays.
You too. Happy holidays, love.
You are beautiful inside and out.
You are.
Bye, everyone.